So what do you call yourself? Welcome to the LaTangela Show. Hey.
Yeah, what can I do for you this fine day?
This is your destiny. Hot, hot, hot.
Right now.
Welcome to the LaTangela Show.
Kick it.
Come on in and enjoy yourself.
Right now.
We gon' party like no one else. Welcome to the LaTangela Show.
Well, good. What's up? It's your girl LaTangela, and thank you so much for taking time out of your schedule to hang out with me for another episode of the LaTangela Show. Well, we'll chit about this, we'll chat about that. You know, I am the queen of random research. The surveys went out. I've got some answers to some of the questions. Not sure if they're the right answers or not, but they're answers. And you know, throughout the week, there are plenty ways for us to keep in touch. Monday through Fridays, I am the voice inside your speaker box with Baton Rouge's official #1 finger pop and R&B, Max 9401, 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. And on Wednesday nights, you'll be able to check me out on the Louisiana Film Channel. It's Movie Nights with none other than Lucas and LaTangela. Shout out to Dr. Fry and the entire team, having a blast highlighting all of the art, the culture, to the globe. Because, you know, Louisiana has so much going on, and we have all of these writers, all of these producers, all of these actors, and I'm waiting for my stint. Oh, Charlie. Oh, Charlie. Wait. Oh, Charlie. Don't leave me. How was that? Yeah, close? Almost convincing? Almost doesn't count, but I'm gonna try it again anyway. And of course, late nights every weekend with WGMB Fox 44. You'll be able to check me out right here. And if you have not subscribed to the podcast as of yet, what are you waiting on? Subscribe. It's available on all digital platforms, the LaTangela Show podcast. Now, all of the links, you can find them posted at latangela.com. Before we jump too far into the conversation, you know I want to hear from you, so make sure you jump in, tweet, chime with the Twitter alert at LaTangela Fay in 140 characters or less. Now, when it comes down to the restrictions of COVID, what does it look like in your area? Is outside all the way reopened? Are we still practicing social distancing? Are we still masking up? Are you fully vaccinated? Started getting vaccinated and they say, hold on, wait a second, we're going to put a pause on the vaccines. What's going on? Have you joined that conversation? What's the thought process? I want to hear from you. Hit me up with the Twitter alert at LaTangela Fay. Coming up, we're going to chat with the brothers of Sista. Yeah, you know Tyler Perry is always up to something, and the hit series Sista is in full effect, but I wanted to talk to the brothers that's representing on the big screen. And of course, we have none other than Trinity, Whiteside, and Devale, Ellis. Now, these guys, they're going to give it to us. The inside scoop, behind the scene coverage, and a one-on-one. Yeah, you don't want to miss it. And their Dear 2021, I'm loving it. And to take things a step further, reality shows. Love is in the air or not. Well, we know this couple from being around in the industry for years. Love and hip hop. Of course, that got us really entangled with them. We have Kirk and Rashida Frost. Yeah, they have something major getting ready to pop off, and we're going to get the inside scoop with them right here first. And I don't want you to miss it, so be sure to keep it locked right where you have it. You know, I had to ask my friends over at Zippia, if you were to talk about those states that just need that extra pick-me-upper, sometimes it might be a brisk walk through the park. Sometimes it might just be a caffeinated fix. What gets you going in the day? Well, the most and least caffeinated states in America. Questions that need answers. Because sometimes you just see people that cannot function without their coffee. I'm a tea girl. I have to have my herbs, you know? So if I don't have my tea, I'm just not myself right now. But maybe this is you for the tea and the coffee. A new study actually ranked the most and least caffeinated states in America by looking at 3 different factors. How much coffee the average person drinks, how much soda they drink, and how often they search for coffee on Google. I told y'all Big Brother is always watching. I don't need Google telling you how often I Google about caffeine, how many sodas I Google about. Like, Google, why do you know that? Why do you want to know that? Well, since you know it, I kind of want to know too. According to the results, Vermont is really sucking it down. I'm talking about just gulping all the caffeine they can get. So if you ever travel out to Vermont, just know they're going to be amped and ready. I guess Delaware is full of morning people. We just don't need those type of folks in our life too often. The 10 most caffeinated states in America, ranking in at number 1, you have Vermont. Arizona comes in at number 2, followed by Colorado, New Mexico, Hawaii, Idaho, Rhode Island, Oregon, Kansas, and Iowa. Okay. Did you make that? Well, when it comes down to the 10 least caffeinated states in America, you have Delaware, followed by Maryland, Georgia, New Jersey, New York. Now, I would expect New York to be on the most caffeinated list, but okay. Pennsylvania, Nebraska, Virginia, Arkansas, and Michigan. Okay. Well, if you look at the coffee consumption alone, you'll see that New Mexico is number 1 at about 2.4 cups a day. Now, I didn't go as deep as to see which brands because I'm just really not that into it. But yeah, they have that listed. And of course, I get the details for you at LaTangela.com just in case you wanted to know. So for all of my football fans, you know, out in Washington, they had this discrepancy when it came to names. So right now you have the Washington football team, but they're in search of a new name, hopefully a permanent name for the Washington football team. Because as of right now, it's just a team out in Washington that's playing. Well, according to NFL and ESPN and all of our other rankers, they said that they're actually asking the public to help them come up with a permanent name for the Washington football team, even if we decide on keeping it at just that. So far, they have some popular votes, none in particular order. The Washington Aces, that's up for grabs. The First City Football Club, they want to call it FCFC. The Washington Archers. The Washington Beacons. The Washington Belters. That doesn't sound like a hard football team, but okay. The Washington Red Tails. The Washington Razorbacks. Wouldn't that set you back to where you began? The Washington Defenders. The Washington football team, if you decide to keep it there. And also coming in on some of the suggestions, the Washington Griffins. Well, maybe you have a better selection of names. And of course, if you want to get in on that, they are looking for more suggestions. They're going to need them. What are some of the simple ways to make you happy? I'm not hard to please. Like a long walk, maybe 5 on gas. I don't know, some good Jell-O. Simple things make me happy, right? Well, if it came down to the simple things that makes you happy, what tops your list? According to SWNS Digital, there are a couple of things that everybody seems to agree on. A new survey asked people, well, what are some of your simple pleasures? Even if they're simple, guilty pleasures. Well, listening to your favorite songs, top that list. A nice dinner, because you got to be happy with a good plate of food. Watching your favorite movie. Now, my favorite movie is Silence of the Lambs, so don't judge me, just know that puts me in a happy place. Finishing a good book. Hopefully on that list of finishing a good book, shameless plug, enter here, by your girl LaTangela Fay Sherman. Poof, power over obstacles forever. If you want to finish a good book, you got to start a good book. Read this one, add it to your shelf. Now available on Amazon and LaTangela.com. Poof, power over obstacles forever. Okay, so that infomercial is over. Doing exercise. Did you get your steps in today? That's known to be one of the happy, simple pleasures of life, as well as seeing flowers and trees blossoming, wearing clothes that make you feel good, home cooking, so food tops the list twice, and getting a match on a dating site. Wait a minute. Simple pleasures in life. I guess I got to get on a site so I can see what they're talking about. But yeah, farmers only. I'll holler at you in a minute. Okay, so you know I have to break you off with the did you know facts. Some of the things that just caught me off guard, but now that I've read it, I gotta tell it to somebody, and I might as well tell it to you. So did you know that 1 out of every 2 million lobsters is blue? Now I'm telling you that because I know them taxes rolling in, and we being fancy about our dinner. We're going out for lobster. So if you really want to splurge on a lobster, ask them for one of those blue lobsters they got back there in the back. It's going to hit you a little extra, but it's worth it. Because did you know that 1 out of every 2 million lobsters is blue? Now, 1 in 30 million is yellow-orange color, and 1 in 50 million is white. I've never had a white lobster, so I guess that explains why. All right, the more you know. Well, did you know that it takes 27,000 trees to make all the toilet paper the world goes through in just a single day? Did you know? Now, I don't know how they sat down and calculated all of that, but they did. And that's just the fact I read and had to tell somebody and figured I'd tell it to you. The more you know. Did you know that Ireland won the first Olympic medals in 1924? A silver in the painting competition and a bronze in literature. Did you know that? I did not. Obviously, both of these competitions aren't a part of the Olympics anymore, and that could be a part of the problem. But the more you know. Okay, here's one. So the next time you're at the dinner table and you hear people chomping, just smacking is just loud, it's on your nerves. Listen, let them make it. Let them be great and enjoy their food. Did you know that the sound from crunchy foods are actually tiny sonic booms because the food is breaking up at the speed of sound? So technically, they're not chomping down on the food or smacking loud. It's just the food breaking up in tiny sonic booms. The more you know. Okay. You know, sometimes we're having a hard time getting to sleep because we're on our phones, we're on our devices, we're watching too much television. Be not dismayed, I got the quick fix just for you. My friends over at Hollywood Reporter has just announced that Netflix is going to teach us how to get a good night's sleep. Instead of just saying cut the TV off, go to sleep, put the phone down, go to sleep. Netflix is going to give us a series to teach us how to get a good night's rest. Don't have time to make this stuff up. A good night's sleep has been hard to come by for a lot of us. I might average a good 3.5, 4 hours and be ready to go for the rest of the day. Just up, amp, ready, like, hey, okay, we're good, we're here. Gang's all here. Well, a lot of us are saying we need to get more rest, and we should. At least a recommended 8 hours if you can. Okay, so Netflix has teamed up with an app for meditation called Headspace. Now, it's an animated series that's going to run in about 15-minute segments that's going to focus on getting us to calm down, getting us to relax, getting us to find our zen, and go to sleep. It'll explore, quote, the science behind a healthy night's sleep and provide tips on how to get the best sleep you've ever had. Each 15-minute episode explores a new topic like insomnia, stress, whether looking at your phone in bed is really that bad, and they'll even talk about sleeping pills. And of course, they're also going to have a guided wind down designed to help you on your journey to better sleep. It'll be out in about 2 weeks, so I don't know, you may have to do some tossing and tussling and turning in the meantime, or just cut the TV off and count sheep. Old school methods. If that even works. Like, did it ever work for you to count by sheep? 2, 3. No, yeah, it never worked for me either. I still stay up, make shadow puppets from time to time, but don't judge me. Don't judge me. Okay, all right. This is, all right. I'm gonna mention it because I read it and I gotta tell it to somebody. PR Newswire. This is strictly for the singles. I don't want to talk to people who are in a relationship that's complicated. You got somebody. Strictly for the singles. All right, we ready? If you're on a dating app, would you rather see their face in the profile pic? Or would you rather see their bottom in the profile pic? Now, this is a real cause of concern right now because according to PR Newswire, they actually have a big survey going on about this. Dating.com just ran a survey and they found that people love butt pictures. Like, they really love them. And they would rather see the butt pics in the profile versus the face pics. Now, that's a little twisted, kind of weird. I cannot identify you by your bottom. I need to be able to see you when you're walking up and identify you, right? Well, that's what I would think. But according to Dating.com, 64% of the people say that they sent a picture that showed off their butt in the past year. Usually that means the button closed, but maybe not. Women are more likely to send them than men, but men definitely get in on it too. Also, according to Dating.com, 86% of people say that they're happy that this is a new trending topic. 98% of the people, according to dating.com, said, they really like getting butt selfies from their potential mates, but they're not sure if they want to keep them if they're so okay with sending pics of their bottom. Dating.com, I think you just solidified the fact that I don't need to be on these dating sites. Because you know what? Y'all got too much going on. Whatever happened to trying to match people by personality traits? Like, do you like broccoli? I like broccoli too. Do you like long walks in the park? I like long walks in the park too. Oh, you like old school comedy or Western movies? So whatever happened to that? I don't know. I guess, just forget it. Just another hard day on the job, right? And I am here to take light bill money. Who is going to be the first victim on this table? Is there one? Will you come? Is there one? Will you come? Who's up? Who's up? Who's ready? Wait a second. I'm supposed to use this thing, right? Camera, action. Lights, camera, action.
Action.
Wait a second, action.
Action.
It all started when?
It was a small town in southern Louisiana.
Wait, don't give them any more. So listen, I snuck past security, right? Wait a second. All this time I've been looking for Bay, not knowing that Bay was just in the corner waiting on me. Look, wait. He loves me as much as I love him. Wait. So when they tell you they saw me today with Bay, just know this is what, wait. Hey, what's really good? It's your girl LaTangela, and thank you so much for taking time out of your schedule to hang out with us today on another episode of the LaTangela Show, where we'll chit about this and we'll chat about that. And you never know who's going to be in the hot seat or on the tan line. And today I am super excited to get the inside scoop from none other than Zach and Preston. We have Devale, Ellis, and Trinity Whiteside. How are you?
Great.
What's up, Tan? I like the tan line. That's a dope little tagline.
Well, thank you. I try to put my little thinking cap on sometimes. Sometimes it works, sometimes not so much, but I'm going to stick with it for a minute, And look, you guys are no stranger to the scene. And it's about that time that we start wrapping up this season, but I got questions that need answers. All right, so the season finale of Tyler Perry's Sistas is right around the corner. But at any point within those roles, did you find somewhere that you identified with your characters to where you could really just tap in and say, oh, this isn't even acting, I'm just in my bag right now?
For me, I believe the innocence and sincerity that Preston shows whenever he's interacting with Danny is something I draw from my own life. It's something that's present in my own personal relationship. So that's definitely the connection I have with my character the most.
Yeah, for me, it reminded me of my 20s when I had just got out the NFL and I was trying to figure out what my transition to life was going to be. And I had first asked Kadeen to marry me, and I was kind of like trying to get on my feet. And financially, I wasn't where I wanted to be. Mm-hmm. So I felt a little bit like overwhelmed by life, and I felt like I couldn't provide. So those moments where Zach feels like, damn, the world is on his shoulders and he can't get over it, I felt like that definitely in my 20s.
And you say that you were identifying your space in that time. How did you know that this was the calling or this was the transition for either of you?
For me, I believe the first time I was ever on set was as an extra on BET's The Game. And regardless of the pay for that role, just the experience and being involved in that and being in that atmosphere, I left there knowing this is it. This is what I want to do for the rest of my life without question. And so it was either going to be this or nothing at all.
Well, for me, I knew when I was a kid. I was one of those kids that at the Boys and Girls Club, I played football, played basketball, but I also ran to the Performing Arts Center. I was always singing and dancing and then acting and performing. And to be honest, football was just a means to an end. I played football in order to get a degree so I can get my, work on speech communication and performance. But I always knew that acting was going to be my calling. Like I always knew it. And it was just a way for me to get here. Football was a way for me to get here. So right. I'm living in my purpose now.
And as we're tuning in to Sistas and we see all of the drama and the sister circles and all the alliances going on there, do you ever feel that your character has to identify some sense of normalcy within that storm for the fellas who might be watching? Because, you balance it out for us. Us ladies, we'll sit around and we'll be a part of the chat click and say, you know what? I can relate to this. I can relate to that. Do you feel the extreme pressure of having to represent for the fellas who might be on the other end of those scenarios in real life?
There's definitely a pressure to do so. I feel like every character is relatable in some way, shape, or form to someone who is watching the show. And so you want to make sure that those people can see themselves in that character. And I think that's what makes the show the success that it is that everyone can relate to someone or some situation in some way, shape, or form.
Right.
Yeah, I would have to agree with Trinity, man. I get so many DMs from guys to be like, yo, I'm Zach. Zach is me. Like that's everything that you're going through, you know, trying to figure out between two women, trying to get my life together, trying to get my finances in order, being called all sorts of scumbags while I'm just trying to figure it out. That's me. That's Zach. So for the guys, I feel like Zach can see a lot of themselves. They can see a lot of themselves in Zach. So I make sure that I try to put forth a lot of genuine artistry when I play that role.
Yeah. And as artists, you know, with the world being in a really funky space, we're somewhere between here and there for many different reasons. But with COVID, after it hit, you had to find that balance. How did you manage to do that, especially being entertainers, being men, having to deal in life with family responsibility, but staying safe, but also tapping into that source that keeps you creative enough to say, I can pull this off? How did you find that balance?
Being in a relationship and being an actor as well, I think those two things helped me get through the pandemic itself. I found a way to busy myself. It allowed me to invest more time into my marriage and my family, which under more normal circumstances, I probably wouldn't have had, you know, and it also gave me the free time to hone in on my craft and be able to fine tune those details that I felt like I needed to work on. And so it just gave me more time to do those things.
Yeah.
I feel like for me, as a former athlete, the first thing you learn when you're dealing with big crowds and playing in front of hundreds of thousands of people is you learn how to center yourself and you learn how to quiet the storm around you. So I think having those years of being an athlete taught me how to do the same thing as a husband and then a father and then a performer, you know, so I learned how to pivot. You know, when all the chaos is going around, you got to center yourself because your kids are looking at you, your wife is looking at you, and they're like, Dad, what are we going to do? You have to be, even though in your mind, you may be going, oh my God, like this is crazy. You still have to like, hey, you know what? We'll be fine. And you got to figure it out. So I think being an athlete, a husband and a father made the pivot and the transition into TV, especially during the pandemic, a little bit more difficult, a little bit more easier, because I had the practice of calming everything around me so I can focus.
Yeah, centering, busying yourselves. Because you know what? I've never spent this much time with myself. Like I'm always working. And then when God said, listen, you got to sit still because of this pandemic, got to sit on this island, you find some things you like, some things you don't like as much as you thought you did. And it gives you enough time to start fixing it. And you begin to busy yourself with that. And it makes all the sense in the world. And, you know, before I let you go, I have this segment called Dear 2021. You can either start it off with Dear 2021 and leave a letter of expectancy for the year, or leave a letter of inspiration for the year. But it has to start with Dear 2021. Who's taking it first? Beep, beep,
I'll go first. All right. Dear 2021, accept the fact that it's okay to be disappointed as long as you're not discouraged.
I like that, bro.
I like that. Put that on the t-shirt.
I like that. Dear 2021, you've already been through the worst. That's it.
The end.
2020 was you have already been through the worst.
Right. Period.
True.
I love it. I love it.
Yes.
And with so many other things that you guys are working on, how can we keep up with you? Give us the hashtags, the retweets, the movements, the podcasts, all that good stuff.
Yeah, you can follow me on Instagram at Trinity_Whiteside and on Twitter at he_man_82. And we will be live tweeting every Wednesday night during the episode of Sistas to all the fans who love to interact with us and want to talk with us. And like I said, just interact. We will be live tweeting using the hashtag Sistas on BET.
Love it.
There you go. Well, you can find me at I am Devale on all platforms. You can also check me out on Dead Ass Podcast with Caffeine and Devale. Also check out my children's book, The Ellis is in the Time Machine. Why do we have to say Black Lives Matter? Amazon's #1 bestseller. So just check me out and let me know what you think. I'll see you guys on Wednesday, baby.
Yes, I appreciate y'all so much, Devale and Trinity. You are the real MVP, and don't you dare let them tell you differently. Okay, wait. Now I got to get my fangirl moment out the way. Okay, I'm good. Dismissed. I love y'all. There's absolutely nothing you can do about it.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
See you soon. Bye.
Yeah.
Once upon a time you were mine, or was it all just in my mind? From day one I knew I wanted you. Tell me what's a girl to do? I searched my soul over through and through, but it all left me so confused. Why is it so hard for me to choose? What the hell is there to lose? Would you love me and stay, or would it scare you and you'd run away? I can't stand the thought of that. Maybe these feelings I should hold back. There's no room to reason why. There's no room to reason why. There's no room to reason why. It'll be forever, baby, you and I. It'll be forever, baby, you and I. It'll be forever, baby, you and I. There's no room to reason why. It'll be forever, baby, you and I. Everything that I speak is real, not looking for no personal thrills. What you see is just what you get. Can't promise that you never have no regrets. That's why I'm gonna keep it real. So I'm telling you the deal. Sit back and enjoy the ride. Come on, baby, let me take you on a natural high. Vision the time of you and I, walking hand in hand, side by side, telling the world, yo, it's do or die, and ain't no room to reason why. It'll be forever, baby, forever you and I. It'll be forever, baby, you and I. It'll be forever, baby, you and I. No room to reason why. It'll be forever, baby, you and I. No room to reason why. No room to reason why. No room to reason why. It'll be forever, baby, you and I. It'll be forever, baby, you and I. It'll be forever, baby, you and I. Ain't no room to reason why. It'll be forever, baby, you and I. Ain't no room to reason why. Ain't no room to reason why. Ain't no room to reason why. It'll be forever, baby, you and I. It'll be forever, baby, you and I. It'll be forever, baby, you and I. Ain't no room to reason why. It'll be forever, baby, forever you and I. To reason why. Ain't no room to reason why. Ain't no room to reason why. It'll be forever, baby, you and I. Going over all little stuff, sometimes with no kind of help. Digging through the soul to the core, knowing there's so much more than the plot posted right in front of you. Got me praying, asking God, now what we gon' do? People stressing me, got the devil out here just vexing me. I'm trying to rep the yo, tell them let me be. Barriers, I'm breaking barriers. While I'm singing and rhyming and rapping and humming like they never seen it coming. Skipping to the beat of my own drum and yo, they can't tell me nothing. Positive vibes only, or I'd rather sit here lonely. Shout out to the ones who never gave up on me while I'm singing and rhyming and rapping and humming like they never seen it coming. Skipping to the beat of my own drum and yo, they can't tell me nothing. I'm not fighting for attention, I'm my own competition. Yeah, I'd rather sit here lonely. Even when the skies are gray, ain't nothing going your way. You keep your head held high, make them hear you say barriers, I'm breaking barriers. Barriers, That's where broken hearts go to heal. Not quite sure how to really feel. Love versus hate, oh no, it don't relate. I can't hear what you're saying if you're speaking negativity. You're not adding to my creativity. Test me, challenge me, you think that you can handle me? Barriers, I'm breaking barriers. Barriers, I'm breaking barriers. Barriers, 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 I'm breaking barriers. You gotta give it your all, fighting through it all. Don't you be afraid to fall, keep standing tall. Barriers, I'm breaking barriers. Barriers, barriers. It's my calling, that's why I ain't falling. No matter how much you hate, I ain't stalling. I went through the fire and he rescued me. I jumped in the water and he baptized me.